Hey guys, welcome back. It's Zima, and you are watching Tyrant's Legendary Guide to Halo 2. This week, Bungie blindsides you by putting you in the Covenant shoes for the first time in the mission Arbiter.
How much further must we heft this baggage? Any cell will do. Why not toss it in with this lot? They could use the meat. Them? What about us? My belly aches, and his flesh is seared just the way I like it. Quiet! You two whimper-like grunts fresh off the teat. He's not meant for the chains. The hierarchs have something special in mind. Noble prophets of truth and mercy, I have brought the incompetent.
You may leave, Tartarus.
But I thought...
And take your brutes with you.
Release the prisoner.
The Council decided to have you hung by your entrails and your corpse paraded through the city. But ultimately, the terms of your execution are up to me.
I am already dead.
Indeed. Do you know where we are?
The mausoleum of the Arbiter.
Quite so. Here rests the vanguard of the great journey. Every Arbiter from first to last. Each one created and consumed in times of extraordinary crisis.
The taming of the Hunters, the Grunt Rebellion. Were it not for the Arbiters, the Covenant would have broken long ago.
Even on my knees, I do not belong in their presence.
Halo's destruction was your error, and you rightly bear the blame. But the Council was overzealous. We know you are no heretic. This is the true face of heresy. One who would subvert our faith and incite rebellion against the High Council.
Our prophets are false. Open your eyes, my brothers. They would use the faith of our forefathers to bring ruin to us all. The great journey is a...
This heretic, and those who follow him, must be silenced.
Their slander offends all who walk the path.
What use am I? I can no longer command ships, lead troops into battle.
Not as you are, but become the Arbiter. And you shall be set loose against this heresy with our blessing.
What of the Council?
The tasks you must undertake as the Arbiter are perilous, suicidal. You will die, as each Arbiter has before you. The Council will have their corpse.
What would you have your Arbiter do?
When we joined the Covenant, we took an oath.
According to our station, all without exception.
On the blood of our fathers, on the blood of our sons, we swore to uphold the Covenant.
Even to our dying breath.
Those who would break this oath are heretics, worthy of neither pity nor mercy. Even now, they use our Lord's creations to broadcast their lies.
We shall grind them into dust.
and continue our march to glorious salvation. This armor suits you, but it cannot hide that mark.
Nothing ever will. You are the Arbiter, the will of the prophets. But these are my elites. Their lives matter to me, yours does not. That makes two of us. There is no doubt the storm will strike the facility. We'll be long gone before it arrives.
What's going on, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Tyrant's Legendary Guide for Halo 2. Today, Bungie pulls the old switcheroo on us, and we are no longer playing as the Master Chief. We are playing as a Covenant elite called the Arbiter. Mike Miller, that was for you.
The storm has masked our approach. And it should have their local.
You kill this guy, the door opens a little bit faster.
We have the element of surprise.
You can also opt to kill the other guys in here. They will be of no assistance to you at all whatsoever, but I highly recommend taking this guy's beam rifle. If you kill these guys, the door opens like instantly,
After the Arbiter has joined battle with the enemy.
which can be a good thing or a bad thing depending on how you look at it.
You may wish to do the same, Arbiter. But take heed.
It should be noted, on active camouflage, you have the ability to turn invisible, just like when you use the Envy Skull for the Chief missions, but it lasts not nearly as long on Legendaries as it does on other difficulties. So we're going to cloak ourselves here and just skip right past these guys. No sense in fighting them at all whatsoever. We're going to jump down here, go straight for the door. On your left, there are two 100% plasma pistols. I highly recommend taking both of them. Activate the lift to go down. And this is going to be your first major battle. This is also the hangar in which you fight the Heretic leader in the next mission. And pretty much here you're going to be fighting Sentinels, Grunts, and Elites. It's not too complicated. If you remember from Halo 1, an overcharged shot does kill Sentinels in one hit. Cloak yourself, hide behind this column. This is going to be your main battlegrounds. And just start noob comboing. Sniping the Grunts is pretty easy. One headshot, multiple body shots, usually 2 or 3. Overcharged shot works fine against the Sentinels. 2 headshots with the beam rifle will kill an elite, just like that. Sometimes it's hard to predict which doors they will come out of. Reinforcements will usually come from the left or the right. There are also 2 elites somewhere on the bottom. They both have carbines. I believe this is the first time you fight elites with carbines. In their new Heretic armor, by the way. They are pretty devastating with carbines. They can take you out in just a few hits. Again, on Legendary, your shields are like paper. So we're going to see if we can trigger these guys over here. They're just a few Grunts lingering around. They all have needlers, which is why they have plasma pistols just randomly laying around. I love plasma grenades. Great for taking out Grunts or Elites. Even on Legendary, you can take out an Elite with 1 stick, or at least a Heretic Elite with just 1 stick. Guy's needler is broken, and it cost him his life. Good job, buddy. Try to stay away from those little fusion coils right there. They do blow up. They will kill you. I'm going to pick up a carbine at this point. Easier to headshot the Grunts, faster rate of fire, easier to use. There are 2 other elites down there. Highly recommend cloaking yourself before you engage them. Again, it does not take much for them to kill you. And once the room is clear, go ahead and gather as much carbine ammo as you can from your downed elites. And then activate the hangar doors. This will allow your ally Phantom to join in the battle. While this happens, reinforcements will arrive, primarily composed of sentinels, a few grunts, and a couple of elite heretics will arrive as well. The Phantom will drop off additional reinforcements for you, but they will not last long. Well, sans the elites, they do have shields. I like to speed things up a little bit by taking out the sentinels. There are a couple of 100% plasma pistols laying around, so we have plenty of ammo here. 2 grunts with fuel rod guns will also arrive on the scene. You want to take them out because one hit will pretty much kill you. Fortunately, they arrive way over there, so you have plenty of heads up. And also your grunts and elites are pretty good at sticking the reinforcements that arrive as well, but they still won't last long. Unfortunately, there's still no match to those needlers and enemy carbines. So again, this is just like Cairo Station. You just need to noob combo these guys. Very simple. This is a nice warm-up mission to the Arbiter. It is the easier of the 2 Heretic missions by far. And once you have killed all of these guys, reinforcements will show up from the door that you're supposed to leave from. Alright, so we need to duck back into cover for a second because we took way too many hits from that carbine. They can hit you from almost across the room. So again, your cloak really does come in handy here. It only lasts for a couple of seconds, and once you start shooting, your cloak is compromised. But it's a great way just to get sort of a heads up, or just a little bit of a disadvantage.
That right? Coward, coward.
Now, where are these guys? Ah, they're hiding over here on the left. You want to kill these guys to trigger the next wave of enemies. You'll have 2 grunts that emerge, and they'll set up plasma cannons, but they will be facing the wrong direction. So you can easily stick them. Not a problem. And just simply noob combo the elites. One of these guys will have a carbine, the other one will have an energy sword. Again, energy sword guys are very easy to kill at this point. Remember, they cannot hit you from a distance, so beam rifle or noob combo works just fine for them. And once the way is clear, all you need to do is grab more carbine ammo, grab a 100% plasma pistol, and proceed through the doorway, where you'll be descending to the next level. And on your way, you're going to face many grunts and elite heretics. There's lots of plasma grenades here. My recommendation is you cloak yourself and stick the elites. Lots of fun here. There's plenty of ammo laying around, so you shouldn't have a problem with that at this point. And that stupid grunt was in the way. I really wanted to get that elite. But even if they advance on your location, you have plenty of room to fall back, hide. They're not going to charge you like they would on Reach. I recommend sticking as many of the elites as you can. Save your ammo. Grab some plasma grenades. There's another elite right there. Actually, his buddy just showed up, so there's a pair of them. Wait for your cloak to recharge. That's that little dot in the corner that shows when your cloak is ready. When that little clock timer runs out, that means that your cloak is up. And when the little outer border fills back up, that means it's available again. This can be kind of a tough room. Again, it's just grunts and elites. Some of the elites have carbines. Some of them are wielding sentinel parts. You can use the sentinel beam in this game. We have two elites over here that typically hide on the other side. Both of these guys have carbines. We take out the grunts early on, just to reduce that amount of firepower that's going through. Noob combo the elites. Again, not an issue. The other guy's probably hiding on the other side. This ramp goes down the other way. We're going to cloak ourselves, give ourselves a little bit of an advantage, and make it so that this room is completely ours. Again, you have additional plasma pistol ammo here. Now there's another elite that hides over here. He's got a sentinel beam. Noob combo, very easy to take him out. Not a problem. You've got a couple of grunts lingering over here. Again, all of these guys have needlers. They do not have plasma pistols, so you need to rely on a plasma pistol that's just laying around. Got a noob combo this guy. So now that both of those elites have been taken out of the equation, you want to move forward. Now, when you do, you're going to trigger the second wave of enemies that just randomly spawns on the other side of the room. This is one of the qualities of Halo 2 I do not like. They just sort of pop up randomly. So again, go ahead, grab another plasma pistol because you're going to be fighting more elites. Watch your radar here. There we go. We just triggered them. So cloak yourself and go back. Gives yourself plenty of time to get back into cover. Again, they will not advance to this particular room. They're going to stay out in the open. And so when you come back up to the top level, you'll have a nice little vantage point to take them out. A few grunts. I believe 2 elites. There we go. There's the second one. Elites aren't that difficult as long as they're the only ones in the room. But when they have reinforcements, it gets a little bit more complicated because, again, your shields are like paper and you fall very quickly. So at this point, it looks like we've cleared out the room entirely. Load up on plenty of plasma pistol and carbine ammo before you proceed forward. This is probably one of the more complicated rooms, this and the hangars. So once you're past this, it's pretty much in the bag. We are not using any skulls for this mission at this point. Envy Skull is kind of redundant because you already have invisibility as the Arbiter. Sputnik does not really help you out here either, which are the only 2 real beneficial skulls. So don't even bother. Now this descent down to where you're going to get the Banshees is pretty much identical to the first time. The only difference is you've got doors on the sides where additional reinforcements can arrive. So they're not just on the ramps. They can also emerge, or I should say they can send in reinforcements from the doors. So just keep an eye on your radar. Always be very aware. It looks like we left someone alive in the last room. I can't tell. There's a little blip on the radar. So I'm trying to be a little bit cautious here. I don't know exactly where he is. You can't tell if he's above or below you like you can in Halo Reach. So we're going to trigger these next wave of enemies. There is a Carbine Elite right there on that ramp. And he's got some grunt reinforcements. So cloak yourself. Go ahead and try to stick him. There we go. There should be another elite down there. I've noticed they typically come in pairs. Just like the hunters. There's the second one. Hiding way over there in the distance. I'm going to see if I can distance shoot him from here. He might go back into hiding. Yeah, he went back into hiding. But it looks like he's holding just a sentinel beam, so he can't at least pinpoint hit you. So take out his grunt reinforcements first. Now, I've noticed that if you kill their leader, a lot of times these grunts will retreat back to the next corridor or the next ramp. But right now, that elite is our biggest threat. So we need to try to see if we can lure him out into the open. He's hiding right now. They're very good at hiding in Halo 2. So we're going to see if we can get a little bit closer. Where is this guy? I know he's got to be somewhere. It looks like he's hiding right there. Okay, he's hiding right there behind the corner. Perfect. We've got another plasma grenade, so we're just going to simply stick him. Remove him from the equation. And that means all we need to deal with are the grunts at this point. Now again, keep an eye on your radar because they patrol this area. So they go up and down the ramps. Well, there's another one. Oh god. Run back. Run. Don't know how far this guy's going to go. It looks like he's just going to shoot the same spot for a couple of minutes. Oh, there he is. Noob combo all the way. Gotta love it. Instant kill for elites. If only it worked this way on Halo Reach. So at this point, it should be grunts again. Once you kill those guys, reinforcements should show up. It's impossible to tell from the radar whether they're grunts or elites, but they should just be grunts at this point. But always confront your enemy with full shields, because your shields, again, do not last very long. See, look at that. Just a few needles, and my shields are pretty much down at this point. But they do recharge a lot faster than they did in Halo 1, so that's a good thing. Now this should be the final ramp. You should have another plasma pistol over here, 100% to pick up. And fortunately, you really won't need it at this point for the rest of the mission, because we're going to sort of pull a sneaky sneak and just sneak past the enemies. You've got sentinels, sleeping grunts, and a couple of patrolling heretic elites in this area. The elites are up top, so just sneak past them over here on the side. Grab some carbine ammo, go through the door. You've got two patrolling elites in this little segment right here. So just wait till your cloak recharges. Sneak right past them. Go up the ramp. You should have plenty of time, at which point reinforcements will emerge from one of the doors. Now, they're not always on the left or right, but wait for one to emerge. Watch your radar. Stay hidden. A few grunts will emerge, and two elites. So wait till the first elite emerges. The second one's going to take its time because he's outside. Hide over here, wait for the second elite to go through, and then just run past him. Go ahead and jump in one of the Banshees. Now the suggested method here is that you follow the Phantom and help him combat the Banshees and the Fuel Rod grunts. Don't bother. Otherwise, you're going to be taken all around the station. It's a nice tour. It's great for aerial combat, but it lasts forever. And again, on Legendary, you just do not last very long. So go over here to the right, and literally you are right here by the finish line. Now what's going to happen is grunts and elites are going to emerge. The grunts are going to set up stationary turrets. And a couple of these guys are going to have fuel rod guns. So you want to take them out. You've got your twin plasma cannons. You've got your Banshee bomb. So as long as you keep your distance, this should be pretty easy. The Banshee Bomb is kind of unique because it has an arc to it, just like the Fuel Rod gun did in Halo 1. So it can be a little bit difficult. But the bigger threat here between the turrets and the Fuel Rod is obviously the Fuel Rod, because they can take you out in just a couple of hits. But if you come right to the station or the exit point, this is all you'll be dealing with. Just a couple of Fuel Rod grunts, a few advanced stationary turrets, and a couple of elites. And you've got your Banshee Bomb, which is like the second most powerful weapon in the game. Only second to the rocket launcher. The Phantom's still over there. Your Phantom will not get killed by the Banshees, I assure you. Phantoms are not destructible in Halo 2. It can hold its own just fine. That little silver commander, later known as the Shipmaster, is very capable of handling his Phantom without any problems. The best way to take out these guys is from above. You don't have to worry about the arc nearly as much. Or I should say the arc of the Fuel Rod. I keep forgetting the arc is another term in Halo. So just take out these guys. Make the grunts a priority because some of them do have Fuel Rod guns. The elites just have carbines, so they're pretty easy. I try to take as many of them out as I can with the Fuel Rod gun, or the Banshee Bomb, I guess it's called in Halo 2. But if you need to, you can simply just land and noob combo them. You've got plenty of cover.
Take out those turrets and get after the Heretic leader.
I like to play it safe here just because it's the very end of the mission. So at this point, we're just going to hop over here. I know I saw one of the elites die earlier from a chain reaction explosion. The door will not open until you've killed enough enemies. It looks like we still need to kill at least one of those grunts over here on the turrets. They've set up stationary guns on either side. And that should be it. Thank you so much for watching Tyrant's Halo 2 Legendary Walkthrough. Please rate, comment, and subscribe. And as always, I'm the Tyrant, signing off.